and welcome back to part 22 of Pokemon Yellow. Last part, we did some legendary hunting, and in this part, we're making our way to the Pokemon League and on our way through Victory Road. So, as we've seen before, we gotta go to the left of Viridian City, and before we even get to the Pokemon League, guess who comes up? Of course, it's Dickwad. He wants to see if we're strong enough. Oh boy. It's a warm up for him. Honestly, it's a warm up for us because we're gonna kick ass. So let's get into it. Again, rival battles, no problem because Dickwad, he's gonna get stronger. So that's a thing. But he's not gonna beat us. He's not. So we're starting off with a Sand Slash, and we had Uguay in the front. So again, no problem. Water beats ground. At this point, he does have a full team of 6, so make sure you have your full team of 6, or unless you want to be ballsy and just have 5 or 4 or whatever. Actually, that's actually a cool idea for a challenge run, and I'm pretty sure it's been done before. But just have yours, like your starter Pokemon or whatever, just one Pokemon you use throughout the rest of the game. That's actually pretty challenging because when you run across like gym leaders or even trainer types that are strong against your Pokemon, like what do you do? Aside from having like moves that are strong against it, but you're only limited to 4 moves. So like, what are you gonna do? That's actually a cool idea for a challenge. Am I gonna do that? Hell the fuck no, because I'm good at Pokemon, but not that good. So I don't want to toot my own horn, but not that much, guys. And I'm not talking about this battle because we've already seen it before. So who the fuck is? It's Dickwad, guys. It's Dickwad. It's blue. It's your rival. Like you're always gonna beat them, and make sure you always beat them. Be like me. We ain't gonna lose, and we never gonna lose. Here you go with the Cloyster, looking like I'm not even gonna bring it up. I said it in the part. We gotta be not. I don't even know what I'm saying. So most of my commentary is not safe for work, so that's what I'm getting at. But he has a Kadubra, so at level 50, and he has not gotten it up to, well, he hasn't traded it. So does that mean that Dickwad don't have any friends? I mean, he's a Dickwad. He shouldn't have friends. He sucks. So another thing I want to mention too is, and I think it starts straight off from Gen 1, but let's say you do have a frozen like opponent. If you do use a fire move, I think it does thaw it out in the next move. So that's actually a pretty cool attention to detail. And if I'm wrong, then flame me in the comments, guys. But I mean, it makes sense that it does that, right? Same thing with what am I thinking of? No, I think that's actually the only case. Because there's nothing that can technically cure, like, you can't get cooled down from burn, like, nothing to cure, like, a move that can cure paralysis, like cover you with mud or nothing. So, I think that's the only case. There are also moves like Brick Break, I think we start with getting in Gen 2 that, let's say you use like Light Screen or Reflect, it will break those shields. But anyways, we're at the Pokemon League, or we're on the Indigo Plateau, I should say. And I didn't show this off before, but because there's no need to. But there are guards on the way, which will stop you if you don't have the right badge. So make sure you just have all the badges. That's the whole point, right? So they'll be like, oh yeah, you have the Cascade badge, you have the Thunder badge, we'll let you go, da da da. So again, make sure you defeat your gym leaders because you have to be the very, very best, as the theme song says. Also make sure you have Surf. It's a given at this point. But what I was saying is like those shield type moves like Reflect and Light Screen. Use Brick Break, it'll like shatter it for some reason, and it'll get rid of it. And then I don't know if it does double damage or extra damage, but I mean you're breaking the shield, so might as well, right? So trekking through with our 8 badges, got to show off like you have a trench coat and just flash the guards like I'm that dude. Nobody can stop me. I got all my badges. Let me by. And this is another thing. Like when I played, I didn't really understand like the whole badge. So I was like, oh, I got one badge. Let me just get by. But I need another badge, and then so, you know, it's not when I got older. I was like, oh, you need all 8 badges because this is like the goal, the Pokemon League. Before we get to the league itself, we have to trek through Victory Road, which is a dungeon that's in all Pokemon games, I believe, right? That's just another challenge in your way before you can take on the Elite Four and the champion. So make sure you have your strength, and we're gonna get into it. So the gimmick of this iteration of Victory Road is that there are buttons that need to be pressed to delete, not delete, to get rid of that little tile you see above the rock right there, in order for you to journey on. And so that's why you need the strength to be able to put the strength on the Pokemon to push onto these buttons. Make sure you also have a bunch of repels, even though I'm at the level where actually the Pokemon are at the same level, so repels aren't working for me that much. But yeah, so that's the gimmick. So you need to push those buttons, and then that's how you can get further on into Victory Road. There's also like different pathways to go through, but it's I don't even know what I'm trying to say. You can explore because you can go up and down and leave, So we have TM43, and TM43 is Sky Attack. And Sky Attack is one of those moves that take 2 turns. It's a flying type move. It takes 2 turns. And what I'm trying to say, I think once you use it, you needed time to recharge. I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't really use Sky Attack like that. I just know that when I used to play like Pokemon XD, they would do it and it'd be like, oh, their eyes are glowing, but I would take it down by then, or they would use it and it would be like not very effective, and then I would just beat them in the next turn. So I don't remember if it takes time to recharge, but anyways, we have a cool trainer. And the reason why I'm showing off is just because it has like the starters, which we've seen before, but why not? Gotta pad out the video somehow, right guys? Now that other item we're gonna get, and I'll show it off, but it's just a rare candy. So in order for you to get that rare candy, you can go up that ladder and come back down, and that's it. So we have a Wartortle, Mewtwo, Tentacruel, Aerodactyl. And at this point, I'm at the levels where like I don't need to teach my guys any more new moves. So we have Bulby rocking out with Razor Leaf Toxic, which is a very good move. Again, as you've seen against my fight with Koga. And Leech Seed, I still kept, like I said before, I kept it with Leech Seed just because I like the extra damage it does, and then I also get the health back. We got Power rocking out with Strength, Thunderbolt, Earthquake, and Rock Slide, which is beautiful, and it's going to be great for when we take on one of the Elite Four members. I'm not going to spoil it if you don't know. If you do know, you know. And yeah, he throws out a Charizard, so he has his own Zuko, but his Zuko is not my Zuko. And all these like sound effects that these moves makes are crazy. Like I know Psychic is one that goes like, what the hell? I feel like I'm getting a headache just from hearing that, So here's the next floor. So there's 2 of those like squares that are blocking us, so that means we have to press 2 buttons. One thing I do There's plenty of items, so if you want, just pick it up. We have TM05, which is Mega Kick. Mega Kick is actually not bad. So if you want to teach to one of your Pokemon, go right ahead. As stated, I'm at the point where I think I'm pretty set with my moves, so there's no point in me doing that, you know. And so, yeah, like I said, like I wasted a repel because, you know, I thought I was strong enough to avoid wild battles, but that's not the case. But it's okay. I'm cutting it out anyways because I love you guys. And this guy thinks he can beat our ass. He's gonna whip our ass. Okay. Whatever. Not knowing we the goats. And it's my luck that I would miss my first move, which is Razor Leaf, which is like powerful, so. And yeah. This is Victory Road, guys. Like it's like your final dungeon, your final, or like your, is it penultimate? Yeah, penultimate dungeon, your final dungeon before you face the quote-unquote boss of the game. And then in our case, that would be the Elite Four and the champion, so, you know. But it's nothing you haven't handled. As long as you got your healing items, you've been training, you're good, man. And Pokemon is an easy game, like I said. Like, even in the later generations where it gets even easier, like, you're good. Unless it's Gen 4 with Cynthia, but we'll get to that. Maybe, eventually. I do have to admit, though, again, I haven't played Gen 4, so I don't have the experience of faithing TM17 submission. I haven't had the experience of facing Cynthia, but I know how much she's just mad powerful, especially with that Garchomp, so. Next floor is a doozy because, well, you saw the rock right there. But we're gonna. They said they heard rumors of a child prodigy. I'm sorry, I had to say that. That's your boy right here, your boy Afro. And we have the evolved form of Executor, which is Grass Psychic again. So, actually, not the best fit for Jolts, but nothing too terrible. One thing I hate about Barrage, it's just like just a very weak move that does a multi-hit damage. So we throwing out Zuko just to get him the fuck out of here. That's another thing too. Stomp. That's actually a good thing to bring up. Starting with Gen 2, I believe. When you use the move Minimize, and somebody use Stomp, that does the double damage as well. So it's like, you know, somebody uses Dig, and use Earthquake, double the damage. Trying to think if there's any other moves like that. I like stuff like that because it makes sense. You're smaller, so if you stomp, like if you're like a bug, like you're a roach, you're gonna squish it. So might as well do more damage, right? We have our Cloyster. The less said about that, you know. And I believe off screen, I didn't mention it in the last part, but I did teach Jolt's Thunder. Whether or not that was a good idea, we'll see. But again, it's just a very powerful move. It's less accurate, of course, but because of the stab, Jolts does a bit more damage than, you know, let's say Shenron. So I was like, why not? And it's one of the, and you know, again, it's not a hard game. I keep repeating myself, but it's not a hard game, so might as well, right? An Arcanine, one of my favorite fire types. So if I'm not choosing Charizard, always choose Charizard, guys. We got a Max Revive. And so with this rock right here, fuck this rock is what I say. Fuck the rock. Well, I don't know if you guys hear that. Again, I live in an urban environment, so can't really control the outside, unfortunately. And I said, fuck this rock. Like, we're not gonna deal with that. We have Parasect, which is the evolved form of Paris. A Pokemon I don't think we've seen, or we did see, and I just don't remember because trainers rarely use Paris or the Paris line. So we have Parasect right here, and it has Slash. So now Parasect, in my opinion, or the Paris line is just not really a good line because it's bug and grass. 4 times weak against fire, and yeah. But if you're doing a Nuzlocke, go ahead, go right ahead, man. That's the thing I like about Pokemon too. You can experiment. Like you can have different teams. Like your team will be different from mine. Like even if you're playing yellow and you just like, oh, I don't want the 3 starters. I just want Pikachu, whatever. You can experiment, and that's what I like about Pokemon. Like you can't. There's not a right way to do it, but there's also a right way to do it. Like if you didn't want an Nidoking, you just want if you wanted that flying Pokemon from the beginning, get yourself a Pidgey or a Spearow or whatever. You know, that's what I like. And again, and then the moves itself, like you can give it different moves and have it decked out to be either a defensive type or offensive. You know, that's what I like. And here's where you should see the toxic leech seed kind of combo. And I believe in Gen 1, when it gets hurt by poison and you do that, it just takes out way more and you get healed more. So I hope that made sense. I like that. And we have Volby, who's becoming a truck, just like Power. So yeah. And now, I'm still saying fuck this rock. I was showing off that yeah, it's blocked, so you need to push that rock right there. And that was me thinking it's the newer games where I can just press A, and it'll ask me to use strength. But you want to push this rock all the way to the left. This is where you you have the bum 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 music. You could also do SpongeBob. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Before we take a little detour to get this TM over here, TM47 is, as we soon get to it, Explosion. So we all know what Explosion slash self-destruct does. I actually think one of them does a bit more damage, so I'm not entirely sure about the logistics of that. But all I know is that they kill your Pokemon and it does damage. But that's just free experience for me if, you know, it doesn't kill my Pokemon. And we push! Hooray! And I'm sorry guys, if I sound a little different or anything. I had to kind of clock or punch myself back into this recording because for some reason my original file that I had that I cut up in pieces and made sure that everything was edited and all good, yeah, like for some reason it just, like this entire part you're seeing right now, like this battle or everything was all black, and I tried putting the file back and it was the same thing, so I had to take from the original session. Thankfully I still had that and everything's all good now. But yeah, man. I'm glad that I had that original voiceover too that I saved. Again, that's the good thing about how iMovie works, is that once I stopped it was saved immediately. So not too much work lost, but I was just like very confused. But anyways, back to where we're at in Victory Road. We're actually near the end, so not too much to go. And we have this guy who has a Lapras. So that's what a Lapras looks like from the front sprite. And yeah, I'm so sorry guys if like I know it's gonna be like kind of like an abrupt cut, but it's all good. Hopefully I do my job and edit a bit better so that it's seamless. It's not, because I'm not that good guys, but I'm gonna try. But you go up there and we have another pathway. Volby grew to level 50, so get your guys close to level 52 as well. Yeah. Oh, we see the bird. Well, remember that there was Articuno, there was Zapdos, and so here is our guy, our final bird Pokemon. And get that shit the fuck out of here, the guard spec. We have our guy, Moltres. So make sure you prepare. Obviously, if you don't care about catching it, then kill it. But me, I want to do my best to catch it, so we're saving. And we're gonna make sure that we catch this Moltres. Moltres is a fire flying Pokemon, so water, ice, all that stuff would do good. So Thunder Wave to make sure that we have a status Affliction on it. And with my luck, for some first turn, fully paralyzed. It never happens to me all the time, guys. So, and what I was also going to mention too is, like, if you guys know about LPing and stuff, like, whatever could go wrong will go wrong, and so it's just being adaptable in how you do things. So thankfully, I was smart enough to keep the original session, and I was just able to cut that part out. And this is how you have part 22. And then having the original voiceover was good too. See, this is how the pros do it. This is how the pros do it, man. And again, I didn't want to use Thunderbolt because it'll kill it, so we're close. This is the final one, guys. So this is the final bird of the 3 legendary birds. So, and honestly, I find Articuno a bit more difficult. Like, I think it's the fastest of the 3. If I'm not mistaken, and just the ice does it has Ice Beam, does a lot of damage. So I'm going to do my best to try and catch. I have 45 Ultra Balls, and I was hoping, like, when I was first playing, I was hoping I'm going to catch him on the first one. That's actually happened to me when I played Gen 2. Look, second not too bad. Second try is not too bad, but when I was playing Gen 2, I was catching either Ho-Oh or Lugia. I think it was Ho-Oh. Fighting it, got it down to where I needed to be. Status Afflict. I was like, let me throw a Pokeball. Not a Pokeball. I think it was like an Ultra Ball, but let me throw the ball. And boom. First try, I caught it. Will that happen when we get to our Gen 2 playthrough? Probably not, but we'll see. But yeah, we caught Moltres, so we have all 3 birds. And you want to, so I'm just showing off that this is where, I'm sorry, like, I lost my train of thought. You go down here. Stop healing, man. Cut this out past me. Or I guess current me, because I had to redo this. I guess I'm just, making sure that I'm all set for the battle ahead. But either way, it's just annoying because, come on, man. I'm trying to explain my process. Yeah, so this is just where we, so it's connecting the paths. And I don't know why I'm pushing the boulder onto the button again. Like, the pathway's already cleared, but I guess, for continuity's sake, or whatever. Now, since I did have to kind of do a quick edit, I did my best to try and cut out random battles and cut out trainers that, we've already seen, or we've already seen the Pokemon of, or the archetype. So, we're gonna be surprised if we found a random one that I didn't cut out. But we're going back here just to get our rare candy that I said before. I could have cut this out, but I was like, why not? Pad it out a little bit more. Why not? That rare candy, and any rare candy we come across, is gonna be clutch. You're gonna see why. But since we have a shortcut, or not really, because I have to go around, right? Yeah, so I did a dickhead move with that. But it's all good, because, again, we've already faced most of the trainers here, so It's all about just going back around, you know? The thing is, I do have to do that rock pushing thing again. We have to push again, so, use strength and, whoosh! 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 Alright, I'm gonna stop, guys. Because I know it's gonna get annoying. So, but yeah. So I did a dumb move, and I could have went to Moltres first and then do the puzzle like right after, but I wasn't thinking. Again, no guide, just going with the flow. I could have cut back to this part too, but I'm not trying to make it too disjointed, you know? And we gotta save our key, like I said. So we beat this girl already. And so we have the path unlocked. We can go through here. And it's all good. We're honestly, again, we're reaching the end, so. Victory Road is not a huge dungeon. It's like, you know, the final one, but it's not technically the final one, I should say, but it's not too huge. Well, we have this guy here, and this guy has a Kingler, the evolved form of Krabby. And I don't even think we came across Krabby, if I'm remembering right. If we did, that was like way back in like Cerulean or whatever. But Kingler's pretty cool. I like it. I wouldn't really use it though, because it doesn't have a moveset that I would appreciate, you know. But we also have the evolved form of Tentacruel, evil looking motherfucker who, for some reason in the anime, it was like a huge one. But with this, again, no problem. But it has Constrict, which is not as bad as Bind, but you know, it just has that animation. So at that time, I was like, oh my gosh, please. And then we have Blastoise. So he has its very own Oogway, but it's not our Oogway. And it's getting taken down by Thunder. Thunder! Thunder! Jolts. No, easy, my man. All easy. No way. I can't believe it. That's my best Eggman. I promise I can't do Eggman. This cool trainer has Bellsprout. I looked at the fake camera right in front of me because there's no camera, but you know what I mean, because it's gonna use what you think it's gonna use. So, and not even Thunder like can take it down, you know. Thankfully, it's you only using acid. You know, we getting a little high in the LSD and all that stuff. But you know what's coming, or you should know what can come. Pause. Yeah, I should have been using quick attack from jump, but it's all good. What is starting out next is the evolved form, Weeping Bell. And we've already seen Weeping Bell before too. So, we throw out our Zuko, who, like I said, I told you guys, once he gets to book 3, it's a wrap. And not the wrap that I hate, but it's a wrap, because everybody dying, you feel me? But now, it throws out the last form of the Bellsprout line, Victory Bell. And, yeah, no problem. Flamethrower. And, yeah, I trained off screen, guys, so Zuko has Flamethrower now. And, yeah, guys. So, what you also want to do is push this rock down. Well, you need to in order to get by. Right? So you can't get through there. So just follow this hold on. Don't go through anywhere. Follow it down. And just push. So, again. And this this rock pushing to the button will open up the pathway there, and we'll be on our way, guys. And yeah, nothing else to say, guys. Like that's the gimmick of Victory Road in a nutshell. Just pushing rocks onto buttons. And this guy says Dick Watt came through here, so as you can expect, he already made it to the Pokemon League. So after that, we make it through into the Indigo Plateau, the Pokemon League. What I will say is that I am going to train off screen a bit, so we're going to make sure that we're at least level 50 in our level 50s. So if you're already at there, you have a Pokemon Center to heal. There's a Pokemart to the left, and yeah. So I'm gonna train off screen, or you'll see in next part. I'm at higher levels, but we're reaching the end of part 22. I will see you next time in part 23, where we take on the Elite Four and the champion. Peace.